It's been said that woman is the future of man. I believe in the power of women leaders, and I caught up with one who's truly making a difference. Nancy Lublin founded Dress for Success in 1996, and now she's the CEO of Do Something. I first asked her how she started Dress for Success.
Dress for Success is the organization that helps women transition from welfare to work, from suits to sustainability, and helps them keep their jobs. And it's helped about 1 million women around the world reclaim their destinies. My great-grandfather had died and he left me $5,000, which was weird because he was like that person in my family, that Horatio Alger story, who came here with nothing, and I wanted to do something to honor his memory. So I had the idea, as I had the check in my hands, I had the idea for Dress for Success.
Now, as CEO of Do Something, Nancy inspires others to be change agents.
Do Something is one of the largest organizations for teens and social change in the United States, and we use the power of communications technologies like the web and television and mobile to get kids to do good stuff offline. So it's all about getting them to take action. This generation is amazing. They're passionate and they're creative and they want to do good stuff. They just need a little nudge or the idea or something to join or some funding. It's just great supporting them.
In addition to being CEO, Nancy has a husband, 2 children, and a dog. I ask her how she balances it all.
It's funny to me when people say, oh, how do you balance it all when you have all this mom stuff and all the work stuff? I was out of kilter in my 20s. I mean, I would pull all-nighters and my whole life was work, and I was just consumed by it. At one point in time, I finally got a puppy because I was like, if I don't go home and feed the puppy or walk the puppy, it's bad. So I actually think that I'm a more whole person now since having kids, and I actually think that moms make fantastic CEOs and managers because I have, I get home and they're like, Mommy, and they give me a huge hug and kiss, and it's nice, and I have to turn off at least for a little while, and I'm better at time management and prioritizing. I have a more keen sense of what my employees need from me because my kids are so different from each other, and you realize that within a family, everyone needs something different, and there are different types of learners and communicators, and it's the same thing in an office.
Nancy has a special strategy to protect family time.
Feed the bubble. So that's like our family motto that my husband and I have set up. So we have bubble time, which is like just when you're in the bubble, just your family, and it's just no one can get into the bubble. And so feed the bubble, like you got to remember to feed the bubble so the bubble doesn't burst. So FTB is in my wedding ring, feed the bubble's in his wedding ring. Our family crest, which is basically street art that we've illegally shellacked all over town, it says feed the bubble, and so feed the bubble.
Nancy wrote a book called Zilch, The Power of Zero in Business.
The book is called Zilch, The Power of Zero in Business, and it's counterintuitive. It is all the things that not-for-profits can teach for-profits about running businesses, and it doesn't ever have the words mission or zen in the book. As I say in the introduction, it's not the kind of thing you're going to read with a candle. It's the kind of thing you should read with a highlighter. It's not about like squishy, cosy. I don't own any Birkenstocks. It's not that kind of a crunchy book. It's truly a business book. And it's about like how do you incentivize your employees without throwing fat paychecks at them? And how do you build a brand without taking a Super Bowl ad? It's all the stuff that not-for-profits do all the time. It's running our businesses with tiny little budgets.
I asked her to share some tips from the book.
One of the things in the book, for example, is to dole out titles liberally. They don't cost anything, even for volunteers or advisors. Give them a business card, give them a title, and make it be something meaningful. So not just vice president, but vice president of what? Is it something specific and interesting? Jerry Yang at Yahoo was, famously the chief Yahoo. And that said something. That spoke to his founder position, and it spoke to the spirit of the company. Make titles matter, and titles don't cost you a penny.
Nancy gets a lot done, so I wanted to know her secret.
I'm very, very action-oriented, and I was born this way. So I have a one-touch rule. If you pick it up, finish it. It's like if you read an email, deal with it, finish it, then get it out, delete it. Like a clean inbox. But it's not like I have to do it right now. It's just if you open it, deal with it. It's a one-touch rule.
Nancy and I are both young global leaders for the World Economic Forum. She has an interesting approach to inspiring people to take action.
Most people are like, I really want to make a difference, but I don't know how, and I don't know what I care about. And there's you care about something. Everybody cares about something, and we typically ask, like, what do you care about? What are you passionate about? And, like, try the inverse. Actually say, what pisses you off? And people are much more apt to be like, oh, I'm so mad about, campaign finance reform, or I'm so mad about the homeless situation on my street, or I'm really pissed about this spill in the Gulf Coast. I'm really pissed about BP and that this is still happening. Just go with the sin, go with the negativity, and people will just rupture how they feel about something. And then it's really easy to be like, well, here's what you can do on those. Instead of just complaining about the drug dealers on your corner, like, what you can do is those broken lamps, like, make sure that the city or your town puts in light bulbs, because if there's light, the drug dealers are going to go away. So, I mean, it's really easy to solve problems once those problems are identified. And I think people too often, when they think about social change, think, I have to think of the solution. Much easier to think of the problem.
So what inspires Nancy?
I don't know, I like having something matter. I want to leave a footprint behind.
What pisses you off? Maybe it's time to do something. The power is in your hands.